Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Nisha.
And I'm Raheem.
And we're back for another episode of Serial Creatives today.
We're back and we have a special guest, and it's me.
Our special guest is Raheem. So Hank actually is out of town today. Is he in Atlanta?
He's in Georgia.
He's
at Creative South.
Yeah, which is a really cool conference. I can't wait to hear what he comes back with and what he learned.
Yeah.
Hank, if you're watching this, I hope you have so much fun. I hope that you get those creative juices flowing.
I know he's making a boomerang right now.
I
on like an Insta story.
I bet. Yeah. So should we roll the intro?
Yeah.
Let's roll the intro.
Get into the intro.
About some content that really touches the heart, pulls on your heartstrings, the best kind of content.
Pulls on your heartstrings.
Last time we talked about content that was kind of snappy, and sometimes insulting, but like in a fun way.
Right.
And this kind of content is totally the opposite. It's really meant to reach the ethos, to reach out to followers and consumers and really touch their heart. But should we eat cereal first?
Yes.
All right. You want to pour me some milk?
I got you.
So there are a lot of brands out there that do a really good job of it. Thank you. You poured me so much cereal. Okay, that's enough.
You need that. That's good for you.
There are a lot of brands out there that do a really, really good job of this. If you know of any brands out there that really stand out to you for getting to the heart of the content, leave them in the comments. I would love to see it. I know we've talked about some of them before, like Dove. Have you seen stuff at Dove? They do such a great job.
Charmin.
Charmin. Oh my gosh, I think I have a tweet from Charmin.
I love how they always talk about your butt. We're doing number 2 or something.
They do. So this is a tweet from them actually. It says, "It's World Compliment Day. Tell someone you love they have a shiny hiney." And they even included a YouTube video of a song called the Shiny Hiney song. And I watched it. It's pretty great.
You watched it?
It's pretty good. I'll try to find it and put it in the comments. But yeah, so it's funny because, when you think about, we talk about all the time how there are certain brands out there that you never know how they're going to create content that's going to stand out, because what they do sometimes is either boring or it's literally selling toilet paper,
Yes.
So I remember Hank and I one time we talked about that financial company. I think I brought them up a couple times. A financial company that made a commercial about a little girl's dream wedding. Mm-hmm. And it's like, as a financial company, sometimes it's hard to, what kind of content are you going to create that's really going to stick out?
Yeah, you're right. I can see that.
What you do is kind of boring.
And it's just business all day. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it will be difficult to kind of touch people's heart. But I guess it's how you do it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like supplying that person, the finances to pretty much make their day or make their prom or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think what's important is why you do what you do. There's a quote, Simon Sinek, I think it's Sinek. Might be Simon Sinek.
Oh no.
he's an author and a marketing consultant. He's pretty big in the marketing world, and he says people don't buy what you do; they buy why you do it. And I think that's so important to remember for any brand, no matter what it is that you sell. And I think for that reason, that financial company did really well because they remembered why it is that you're buying their product. The reason is that you want to save their service. Right. You want to save money for your kid's future. And so they remembered the why of what they do,
right, and
not what they're selling.
Yeah,
which is cool.
That's right. That's a dope quote by we
Simon.
We got to get his last name right.
Simon Sinek. If you know, let me know. I don't know how it's pronounced. But yeah, so just like that, Charmin does a really good job too. They're remembering why it is that what it is and why.
Exactly, because it's several tissue brands out there, but they just
how are they going to just differentiate themselves?
And that's where the why. That's where the why comes in. And that's how you pretty much differentiate yourself.
Trying to touch the heart. This is another tweet that I saw. This is from Coca-Cola. Now, Coca-Cola does a great job. If you've seen any of their commercials, if you see, has anyone gone to the movies and seen the Coke commercials? commercials. With
or every time you pick up a bottle. With
yeah.
the share Coke.
Oh,
you know
true.
what I'm saying? That's how they pretty much touched hearts. Or even, I know when I was on campus at MSU, going to school there at Mississippi State, that they always used to have like the big truck come out there, the big Coca-Cola truck. And you could go there and you could pretty much just go there and tell them whatever name you want to print it on there. So, you know, you go up there and then you get your share your Coke with Nisha.
Cute.
Or share your Coke with Hank. And I mean, you know,
I haven't seen any Cokes out there that say Nisha or Raheem, but
okay, you gotta get a custom one.
I would love a custom Coke.
Sure.
And I think the whole campaign, that whole thing, share a Coke.
Yeah.
Again, they were like getting to the why behind why you purchase their drink, not what it is. So instead of saying like, this drink tastes really good and it's gonna quench your thirst, they were like, this Coke creates an experience between you and another person.
Exactly.
And that's why you should buy it. And so it's like really, it touches your heart.
It does.
That whole campaign is really awesome.
It does.
It's smart. Yeah. Actually, this is another tweet. I think it's by them. Yeah. So this is one of their. It was one of their like little ads that they put on Twitter, and it was a short little video, and it's talking about how it says there's a Coke for him and her and them and he and she, and though we are all different, we're better as a we. And I think that's so, that's so smart. That's so cute. And again, what they're doing is they're creating an experience around their brand, not just talking about what it does or what it is.
Right. So that's just with anything with Coke, you know what I'm saying? You almost think you just gonna let it get soggy.
I forgot. I started talking.
Do you like soggy cereal?
No. Gross.
Yeah, me either. Okay, back on topic. But yeah, I mean, just the whole Coca-Cola brand, you know what I'm saying? It's around good times and happiness pretty much. It's just the entire brand. It's not anything just like sports related too much.
Right.
Or just like, you know what I'm saying, like party or anything like that. It's just like, you know what I'm saying, good times.
A good experience.
Yeah.
I think something that's important to remember for any brand is, again, so it's like the why. And getting behind that is storytelling. So like, what kind of story do you want to tell about your brand? And there's so much that goes into that. First of all, you have to figure out who your buyer is. Like, who are you trying to reach? And in some cases, you are trying to reach like a partier,
right.
And you want to sell them an experience that's like, this is gonna be lit, you know.
Yeah.
But for some cases, you're, like with toilet paper, you're trying to reach probably mostly a demographic of parents. Or just homeowners. You're trying to reach pretty normal, average people. Everybody uses toilet paper. So how can you stand out to them, and how can you reach their heart in a way?
Exactly. And
you got to tell a story. And so with Coke, they're telling a story almost in every commercial that they put out, in every tweet.
Yes.
Again, Charmin's trying to tell a story. Did you watch the Super Bowl this year?
Yeah, I watched some of it.
Did you see the Budweiser commercial with the pup?
So hard.
So cute.
Heartwarming.
It's so cute. Should we watch it?
And they do it always. Yes.
Oh yeah, they do a great job. And so again, kind of like you were talking about, like Budweiser is a beer.
Exactly.
You might think like, what kind of demographic are we trying to reach? Are we trying to reach people that are just like looking to drink all day? Maybe, but really what they're trying to sell you again is a story, is an experience.
Exactly.
And so this, though it has puppies in it, which again, we've always talked about, puppies win everything. You can't go wrong if you have a puppy in a commercial. So this commercial, though it might seem irrelevant to beer, I think does a really good job of telling a story and selling their brand.
That's more so about their brand. That's like, again, that's the why, not the what.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly. So, should we watch it?
Yeah, let's go.
It's so cute.
Don't cry this time.
Okay. Oh, look at it. It's so cute.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. And when I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. And I would walk 500 more just to be in the middle. 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
Hashtag best buds. That was so cute.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
gosh. I love it. So yeah, again, kind of like with Coke, with the share of Coke, they're really sharing that experience of friendship and, you know, building an experience over drinking a beer with your buddy rather than just, And
then Budweiser, they did a great job of pretty much storytelling with that commercial, like, because that's almost a story that you can actually believe. You know, like the farmer, he's leaving out, he's got his pup with him, here's the brakes, and the door flies open, the dog runs away, and everybody that had a dog that's ran away and came back home a few days later, kind of just like made your heart stop for a minute, but then still came back home. Aww. So it's like that kind of thing. It's pretty
so cute. It's so good. So I was going to share some ideas if you're a brand or even if you're just an individual and you're trying to reach people with your content, some ways that you can do this. I think visual content, just across the board, is always a good idea.
Right.
You know, telling your story in a way that people can really see it and feel it, with videos, with pictures, even with GIFs, is always a good way, I think, to reach your audience. Another thing I think is like going live. Depending on what you do and what your brand does, I think going live with fun educational content, like we're doing right now, it's a great way to share why you do what you do. So at Socially In, we're super passionate about content. We're super passionate about social media, and we love what we do. And so we like sharing that. And when you go live, you're sharing a little bit more with your audience. So, for example, if your company puts on an event, if you work with, you know, a charity, if you go out as a group of employees and you do something together or whatever, any kind of event like that, or even if you're just giving a speech, if you're giving a demo to a group of people, things like that. If you go live with that kind of stuff, you're really sharing the why behind what you do. Right. And I think that's awesome.
And then people just want to see like the insides. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to just see like the nice videos that you put out or, you know, your graphics and things like that. Sometimes people want to see like, you know, who's making that? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do they come up with those kind of things, like in their brainstorms or whatnot? And those things are just interesting.
Yeah, so I think you're so right. Yesterday on I don't know if you've seen our Instagram story. If you haven't, go check it out. Please. But I think Aubrey's on there right now with like a behind the scenes. She was on a shoot the other day, and yeah, so content like that. Again, you're seeing the people behind it, and you're able to form a more personal relationship with that brand. Which I think is always
actually it's just a relationship in general. You know what I'm saying? Not just like you know, viewing that brand's things, or you know, or people viewing your brand's content and whatnot. But you guys pretty much building a relationship from them, you know, knowing the inside of your brand and out, and knowing like, okay, you know, this is who I really want to connect with. You know, not just like I like their content or whatnot.
I think another good thing is really paying attention to your captions, which might seem so insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but what is it in your caption? Like, how are you grabbing their attention? What are you talking about? So, for example, in the Coke caption, they were talking about forming a we versus just a he and she. And in the Budweiser one, they had #BestBuds. So even though there was nothing in that dog commercial that really said like, our beer is a great time to experience friendship. That's not anything. They didn't say that at all. But with the words best buds, they were really able to get that out of that content. They were saying like, our beer is basically a way to enjoy time with your friends.
Exactly.
And they said that in 2 words. So yeah, I think it's important to pay attention.
While also making a pun.
Well, I love
which is always great, and that's really how you know, they pretty much almost like adapted themselves to that Twitter lifestyle, pretty much. You know what I'm saying, with the whole #BestBuds and whatnot. You know, because they've been around way before Twitter, but you know, they pretty much
they adapted.
Like, and that's something that you're gonna remember.
Yeah. Oh, true.
It's like the best buds with the Budweiser
I'm never
commercial.
I'm never gonna forget that little pup. I think the other thing, one last kind of idea, one tip that you maybe can take away from this is generating user curated content. So if your brand, if you have people that purchase your products or your services and they're proud about it, or they've created an experience, then that's something you can always share. So I know like Coke will share photos of people that have purchased Coke with their name on it. Things like that, sharing like our users, our consumers love our products and here's why. And so again, that's another way to like form that relationship
Yeah.
with the people that are actually interacting with your brand and sharing that with the world. And it's basically free content. It's
Yes.
created by the people that are enjoying your products and your services. So I think that's really cool.
Definitely. Or even if you, or even like campaigns for your consumers or customers, you know, something that for them to interact with, you know, with or without an incentive.
Mm-hmm.
So I know we were doing A3C last year.
Yeah.
We wanted, which they're hip hop festival that we work with in Atlanta. Excuse me. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to work on like a freestyle competition.
Okay.
Which would pretty much be like, you know, like a user submitted thing. They would record themselves like freestyle,
Oh,
and
that's
like rapping
cool.
a verse from one of the current artists that were performing at A3C. And you know, that's just a way to like get posted on the social or things like that. And I mean, I would love to see that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
See like what other people even want to engage with A3C, or you know, what they'll rap about and things like that. So it's just interesting.
Yeah.
So those kind of things, you know what I'm saying, can also pull your consumers in and whatnot.
Yeah, I think that's really awesome.
It's cool.
You got anything else?
Nah, not right now. I ain't gonna make this show 30 minutes long today.
I think that's all we got today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, as always, if you ever see any content out there that you want to share with us, we would love to see it.
Yes.
We are we're like cookie monsters. That's what I was trying to say. We're content cookie monsters. I love to see more content and consume all the content. So please share any content that you have with us. If you see a brand out there that you think is doing a great job, share that with us. And
Yes.
as always, if you have anything you want us to talk about next time, let us know. Questions, comments, concerns, leave them down there. We would love to see them.
Thank you.
Thank you so
in
much for
advance.
tuning in.
And thank you for tuning in.
Peace out.
See y'all.
We miss you, Hank. All right.